Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome again. The rhymes, a pen, don't matter. Hopefully, prayerfully, y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Life is beautiful. It's wonderful. I have no complaints, but life is beautiful. Life is wonderful. Anyway, but today I don't feel like all the hype. I just feel like sitting back, talking about money, and enjoying myself. Hopefully, as people come in, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And let's get into it. For those people that maybe know, this is on my channel, that come in my channel here and there, my loyals, Um, stock market opened up today, little on the downside. Crypto took a little hit Sunday, and I keep saying this that for those that don't know, and I know crypto is a little iffy. It's one of those things that make people leery about investing in. And yes, I do own some crypto, and I've been saying this for a little while. Is that I noticed that somewhere in the course of a Sunday, you usually see crypto drop, and so that's when I usually watch it. I watch it throughout the week, but that Sunday, I usually just say, let me see what's gonna happen. The Sunday is where I usually try to dump some money in there, and then it did drop. It dropped a lot actually, and then I've seen it lower than that, but I've seen it. It dropped a lot. Turned around and I you know ended up putting a little more money in crypto. But even my portfolio, as far as the stocks in my portfolio, whatever, they dropped a little bit too. But today I'm going to get back into dividend investing, and that's pretty much the name of the title of this video. And why I'm just, I still stick to what I do. And having a conversation with a team member. I always say team members, but that's like family, people that are closer to me and stuff like that. And they were running some stocks and stuff by me and asked me did I have this or did I have it, because they know I'm always I'm always looking to invest, and I spread across the board because I want my hands in everything. Like I don't think, I always tell people I don't think that my way of investing is the best way. I do what I do because I like it. It's very helpful. I've done okay. I've done pretty well with the way I'm doing it, and I just stick to it. It's a slow walk. It's a very, very it requires a lot of patience and it requires a lot of discipline. But the outcome, in my opinion, has been better. It's been a lot more safer, and a lot less risk. If you're a person that invests in the stock market, you already know that comes with risk. It's automatic. It comes with risk. So for me personally, that's why I just stick to dividend investing. I do venture out, and I do take and buy into some risky stuff, and I do it here and there. But the vast majority of my investment account is in companies that pay out some form of a dividend. And looking at my portfolio down today today, in my opinion, is a fairly decent time to buy. I might get into a little bit later. I'm watching as things has progressed, as far as the stock go, to see if I'm going to purchase something, what would I purchase today? And I usually do my videos this way because most of the time I get the people that come in on my live are usually the loyal, mostly ones that spend a lot more time loyal to my channel. And, I don't tell them what to buy as far as investing goes and stock goes. But what I always do is I go through my portfolio and I look at what's cheaper in my portfolio. And that gives maybe them an opportunity if they're interested or think about it or want to. I'm not a financial advisor, so I don't give them advice. But let's just say they decide, you know what, I'm going to take some risks. I usually let them know what's going on with my portfolio. I use Robinhood, so some of the stuff that I say, you might have to be in Robinhood or something similar that have access to these very same investments. And nothing that I say is a guarantee you're going to make money. Not one bit. But I usually tell people what it is that I'm buying and what's down in my portfolio. And if they decide to take the risk or investing, they might actually make some money. You never know. You just never know. So for me personally, that's why I do it. That's why I do it. And when I do my videos like this, I know I'm only going to get a handful of people early in the morning. Stock market opened up maybe about an hour ago. The thing about Robinhood is they do have a 24-hour market. It limits. It's very limited in what you can buy, but they do have a 24-hour market where you could, potentially buy stocks throughout the night. I do it once in a while. I don't make it a habit of doing that. I do set limit buys when I do that because I want it. If you don't, you might get what I consider like an upcharge or whatever. I don't know. Asking, you gotta look at it. So it might end up, it might buy it, but it might buy it higher than what you anticipate, than what the number that you're actually seeing. So therefore, I don't do it. I always set limits and a price that I'm willing to pay based on what I see, and then if it goes through, it goes through. But I'm not one of those people that set a lot of limits. I should, and I think if people are going to do that, invest, they should set limits. Like I honestly think you should. I just don't do it as often as I should. As often as I should, I probably should. I mean, I don't do it, but I probably should do it more often. Once in a while I do, but it's not very, very, very often that I actually take that approach. If you come in on the live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. As I'm talking or whatever, I'm going through my portfolio to see what is actually down in my portfolio to give y'all some information. It might be useful if you intend to buy. Probably not. Who knows? I'm not telling you should, but these may be opportunity. And every last one that I'm talking about and I'm going to mention right now is I have been collecting dividends off of it at some point or another. So some of these pay every month. Some pay every 3 months. I don't think I have anything that pays past 3 months, but I do have one or two that does pay dividends. I think a year, but I usually stick with anything around 3 months in a month as it relates to investing, and that's what I usually stick to. But when you're investing in the stock market or when you're investing my way, you have to be extremely disciplined and you have to be extremely patient. And what I don't do is I don't go into a company buy in and I just don't go buy in heavy. Now, for a lot of people, they might do that and they're okay with that, and I get it. And I have no beef with that. I think, you do when it comes to investing, what you're comfortable with. I'm not comfortable with dumping a bunch of money in one place where I can be patient enough, maybe put a little bit of money there, see what it's doing on a day-to-day basis, and what they call dollar cost average. I dollar cost average relentlessly because the key to my plan is to get the stock price down as low as I can, accumulate as much as I can at the minimum cost I can, so I get the maximum return off of the dividend payout when it comes out. And so far, it has 70 to 75% of the time worked out great for me. Now, there are some companies that I have money in that I'm still in the red with, but I don't care about so much about being in the red if I'm still having money coming in, because the dividends have, in a lot of those cases, have already offset the money that I'm in the red with. So I'm still actually making money, even though I'm in the red as a stock price. Here's my case in point is Pepsi. I own stock in Pepsi. Right now, Pepsi is below my average cost. It's not drastically below, but it's below my average cost. But I've had it so long and I've collected so much money off of the dividend that it exceeds the money that I'm in the red with. So let's just say, for craps and giggles, let's just say I had $100 in Pepsi and I'm down, let's say $5. And let's say I've had it for so long that I've collected $10 in dividends off of Pepsi stock. What do I care if I'm down $5? I'm still, based off the dividend, up 10. And that all, of course, depends on where I put that money at and reinvesting and stuff like that. But overall, my accounts, because I'm doing it this way, it's in the green overall. Do it really matter to me? I'm purchasing an income. This is exactly why I'm doing this. This is not about me, I want to make a bunch of money, which I would love to. I would love to, go make some money, see how it works out, and get a big chunk of money at one time. That's great if it happens, but that's not my intent. My intent is to stick to my program of buy dividend stocks, start out with a little bit of money, keep filtering a little bit of money as it drops and drops and drops. Of course, I have to go back, look at the financial, look at what's going on with the company, see how things are going, that's going to dictate whether I continue in that path. But that's why I tell people investing requires time, effort, and discipline and patience. It does. Do you have to be the smartest person in the world? No, I can tell you right now, based on myself, that you don't have to be the smartest person. I'm really extremely smart. I don't do a whole lot of the analytics. People looking at graphs, candlesticks, all that other stuff. I don't do none of that. And I'm not saying anything wrong with it. That's great if that's what they do. I don't see nothing wrong with it. If it works for you, wonderful. I just don't. I stick to what I do, which is slow walk, minimum money starting out, put a little bit at a time, and I'll slow walk. Someone say, well, where you going? And at the end of the day, I've been doing it the same way for years, and it has worked out great for me. I'm making money. For the most part, I'm in the green. I'm building an income. I'm building wealth. I'm increasing my positions in a lot of these companies more and more and more. So for me personally, I love the way I'm doing it. And that's the reason why I call the way I invest is broke man investing. If you're investing in the stock market and you do it similar or close to or exactly like I'm doing it, you can be broke. And when I say about broke, man, you got to have something. Like you got to have $1 or something. But you can be somebody that don't have a whole lot to work with, but you can still invest in the stock market if you stay consistent and you can actually make money. That's my whole point. I'm doing it. I've been doing it. I've slow walked it. I've done it the same way, and I never changed my pattern. And some may say, "Oh, what you doing? Are you stupid? You can do this." Whatever. It's working for me. And whatever they're doing, if it's working for them, great, wonderful, whatever. And I don't have no beef with that. But I've done well. I've done okay. I'm extremely thankful. I thank God that He put enough patience in me to stick to this, to try to stick to it, to see it through. And it's all good. I don't look at it as a get rich scheme. And I hate when I see people say, "Oh, you can get rich, or you can do this, whatever." You know what I mean? I don't look at it that way. I slow walk what I'm doing. I stick to what I'm doing. Have I had things go wrong or bad? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm still looking down my portfolio and because I'm going to run off some stocks a little later in this video. I'm just looking to see what they're doing. Comment on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very much if you do. But Yeah, I'm just going through my stock account and seeing what is there buy opportunity, which is a lot right now in the day. I'm seeing a lot. I'm actually seeing a lot. I'm actually seeing a lot. So, um, give me 1 second. I'm trying to do something. Yeah, that's one of the ones that I'm gonna put these in the chat. All the stocks that I'm ready to put out, I'm gonna write them in the chat. That way, if somebody wants to see what I'm talking about and what I said, where opportunity possibly at, I'm gonna put them in the chat. There's one um, that I'm looking at. Hold on 1 second. All righty, back to where. That's the second one. For those that may be interested. Um, for those that may be interested. Um, those two are down in my portfolio reasonably a lot. So next one. Hey, just for real, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. The next one that I have in here, wrong one. Yeah, just putting in some stocks that in my portfolio are sitting in the red right now. So if anybody wanted to check them out, maybe possibly look into them. Say, hey, there's an opportunity. What I'm looking at today, basically. Yeah, so those, I mean, I'm typing in some more, but and I got quite a few more, but all of the ones that I put in there right now, if y'all was to take a look at those, they all pay dividends. Um, they all pay dividends. Hey Joyce, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. But if you look at the four that I put into the live in the chat, I those four pays dividends every single month. And like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling people what they should and should not do. But I see opportunity that if someone was going to buy stock today based off of what I already own, these stocks I'm in the red with right now. And I'm going to keep going down my portfolio, and I'm going to put them in the chat. That way, yeah, thank you, Just for Real. Thank you, Just for Real. Yeah, God is good. God is good. Yeah, I reached over 4,000 subscribers. It's a blessing. It really is. A lot of work, but I thank God. He's good. The next one is Now, FSK is a real estate company. They don't pay every month. That one pays every 3 months. I've been mentioning this one a couple of times because I'm in the red with it. I'm only in the red a little bit, but I think it's a good buy, in my opinion, and I have intentions of buying more. But my dividends are pending for this, and I know that's why, for the most part, the stock prices drop, because they're taking money out, pay out the dividend or whatever. But that's where that's at. And let me finish so I can get the most of them on there. I'm gonna try to keep this video today around a half an hour. You can always go back and listen to what I said, but the ones that I've so far put in the chat, which is SVOL, PFLT, RYLD, HRZN, and FSK, are ones that are in my portfolio in Robinhood, that are in the red for me. So if someone said, I want to get into this, I'm gonna put $1 in one of these places, you're gonna start out better than I did. Let me try to get. I'm gonna try to get them all in the chat. You can screenshot the chat. You can write them all down, whatever, and maybe take your time and look. Not suggesting or recommending you to buy. Just saying these are in my portfolio. They are in the red, and they all pay dividends. Some monthly, ones that I'm doing, not all of them, but some of them do pay monthly, but some of them actually pays every 3 months. But in my portfolio right now, so let's say somebody, you know what, I'm going to start out there and I'm going to slow walk it, and I'm eventually invest a little bit more, and I'm going to put in a little bit of money at a time. They will be these ones, they will actually be purchasing a lot less. In some cases, the average will be a lot less than mine was starting out. And some of these I started out a little high, which I already knew they was going to be high, but I still went and bought it anyway. I didn't care. I wanted to, try to. That's why sometimes I don't move too fast. All right, this one right here, you can't buy in Robinhood. I forgot about that. We can bypass that one. WY. What's up, Justin? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Appreciate you. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Well, I think you already subscribed, Justin, but God bless you. Thank you for coming in and visit us. But yeah, the some of these stocks that I'm putting in the chat, if you just came in, they're in my portfolio, but they're in the red for me. But I figure if I put them in the chat, y'all can screenshot the chat or whatever if you're interested, and you might get an opportunity to purchase some of this stuff at a cheaper price than I actually did, and start building you a portfolio of. Appreciate you, Justin. Yeah, a stock portfolio with some of the ones that are, if you have Robinhood, these are the ones that I have in Robinhood that are like I said, they're in the red for me. So, I know I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling somebody what they should and should not do. But I'm just saying, if somebody was going to buy it today and they was looking for some dividend stocks to get into that are low, they're lower than what I pay for it, and they just want to say, you know what, I want to put $1 there or $2 there or whatever. These are opportunities. That's all I'm saying. I got quite a few of them today. Today I got quite a few. I always tell people, do your research, before you get into it. Understand that stock market is a risk. It has its risk. It comes with risk. Investing comes with risk, but like everything else in life, it comes with a level of risk. So if you're not okay with the risk, which I am, I'm 100% okay with the risk. That's why I do this. But it's going to be quite a bit of them today. So y'all, And I figure it's easier for me to just put them in the chat and y'all can write them down. If y'all want to write them down, y'all can write them down. If you want to look into it, look into it. Please make sure, I appreciate it. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be a lot today, but I'm not going to be on here too long. I'm just want to give y'all some substance of what I'm buying. Like I said, some of these pay dividends on a weekly basis. Some of them pay, I mean, not weekly, but monthly basis. Some of these pay on every 3 months. But these are stocks that I've held for quite a while. Like I've held on to, and I've been collecting dividends off them for quite a while. Some of them are ETFs, some of them are individual companies. Okay. Like I said, it's going to be quite a bit of them. But, oh, yeah, I definitely did forget that one. All right. I know that says good, but that's actually a stock code. And that one pays every month, too. I got 2 more. 3 more. I know y'all know UPS, and I'm still, this is just my opinion, I'm still buying it as I can. Wish I had a lot of money because I put it there real quick. All right. And I got 1 more I'm going to put in the chat. I hope I'm doing this. I hope that's what it actually is. Yes. And that's the last one. So all of these ones here, you go through the chat. I'm going to leave them up there. I mean, you know, you can just kind of screenshot them. They all pay dividends. And every last one of these, I'm in my portfolio, my personal portfolio, I'm in the red with. There's more. Believe me when I tell you there's more. But those I'm in the red with. I have stock. When I say I got my fingers in a lot of different places, I got my fingers in a lot of different places. I never stop investing. I keep, you know, I look at it from the ground to the sell, whatever. Like I got stuff, money invested in mining, shipping, manufacturing, retail, food, farming, the equipment that make farming. When I say I'm all over the place, I'm all over the place. I put my fingers, I invest my money in all this type of stuff. I try to put it in everything, in hopes to get the best return possible. And most of them do pay out some form of dividend, and it's been, for me, it's worked out great. A world away from here, how are you? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Yes, we talking about dividend stocks, investing. I put a lot of stuff in the chat. Give people some opportunity to maybe look through some of these. Right now, and I'm in the red with every last one of these ones. Some a lot, some not so much. But I've been collecting dividends off of these companies for quite a while now. Some of these are ETFs, some of these are straight out companies. If y'all wanted to look into them, maybe start out with a little bit, put some money there, check them out, whatever case may be. You never know. I always do these videos once in a while. I try to only do them when I see the stock market take a hit. So I'll come in like today. Stock market is a little bit on the downside. I don't know about the overall, but I'm talking about my portfolio. So if I do these videos like this and I start talking about investing, it's because I seen something in my portfolio that went down. So then I'll talk about what I'm in the red with. And for those that's on my live all the time, they already know. And when I talk about what I'm in the red with, is that they may decide, you know what, I'm a jump man. I'm gonna look at what he said. I might even actually put a couple of dollars there just to see what happened and give them a possible better outcome than I personally have myself. Meaning, let's just say, for sake of whatever, I still have UPS stock, right? I own UPS stock at $124 average cost. This is my point. Right now, my average cost in UPS is at $124. UPS is sitting at like $82 and $83 right now. So think about this. I'm at $124. I got to keep buying to try to bring that down while it's low. Let's say somebody who don't have UPS right now and say, you know what, I'm going to jump in right now and buy me some UPS stock. They will actually have an average cost of $82 to $83, whatever is that sitting at right now. So they will be buying it way cheaper than what I paid for UPS when I bought it. Now, don't get me wrong. I think UPS is still a good, solid company. I get good dividends off of it. And eventually, the dividends, I don't think my dividends have exceeded where I'm at in the red. I have to go actually do the math, but I don't think I'm that far off. But it doesn't matter to me. I'm okay with it. I like it when the stocks are cheaper. That means I can buy more. That's where I'm motivated. I'm not motivated when the stock market is up. I'm motivated when the stock market is down. When I see something I'm invested in and I see everything for the most part looks solid, I'm not saying perfect. I'm just saying solid. I will continue to go in that path. And I think UPS is restructuring a lot of things, which I think they need to do. And that's why I'm going in. Doesn't mean I'm going to be 100% correct, but I'm willing to take the risk. And hopefully my plan is to at least get my average cost below $100, and I'll feel more better about it. But right now, it's not looking good. But I'm okay with it. Like I said, I'm okay because that means I can still got time to buy and hope that I get more of it before it actually goes up. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of stock in UPS, but I do have, it depends on what people consider a lot of money. I own probably about 7 shares at that cost, almost 7 shares at $124. So that kind of give you an idea if you did the math. But I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going. My whole plan with UPS is to try to get it below $100. I'll feel more better about that average cost than I do right now. So it is what it is. That's the beauty of investing. I love it the way I'm doing it. That's why I stick to dividends, even if it looks a little iffy. As long as they're paying me out some type of dividend, it will offset those things that are, even if I'm in the red. But there's a lot of things. When I say a lot of things that I am in the green with because I kept doing it the same way. I've had stocks that I was in the red with. Like I'll give y'all an example before I get off this live. I'm gonna give y'all an example of one thing I was in the red with, and I was bleeding money. Huntington Bank, right? HBAN. Now they pay dividends every 3 months, right? I was in the red for a minute. When I say in the red, I was in the red almost 50% of the money that I had in there. And at the time I had 100 shares. And I was in the red ridiculously. But I went and looked at their financials, looked at the health of the company, and I was like, this don't even make sense why their stock price is where it's at. So I just kept buying. Well, at the time I didn't have a whole lot. So I bought all the way up to 100 shares. Like I just kept buying. At the time I started that, my average cost was high. It wasn't real high, but it was probably sitting around $18 a share, right? That's where it was at that moment. I kept chopping at it. I got it down to, by the time I got 100 shares, I had an average cost of $9.85. This is what happened. I got it down to it was like, I'm actually, no, hold up. Yeah, $9.85 is what my average cost is currently right now. If you go look at Huntington Bank is back up to $17 and some change right now. So at one point I was bleeding money. Because I kept going, it went back up to $17. Now I got an average cost of $9.85. So if you look at percentage to return, I am literally up 78% on that stock because I stuck to that program. And this is why I keep doing it the same way that I'm doing it. It requires patience. That's why I don't buy too fast. Don't put too much money too fast. Be patient. Stack your bread. You see these type of moments, then you buy into it as much as possible if you solid with what they're doing and the possibility of flipping that script. Now, they pay out dividends every 3 months, which is Huntington Bank, HBAN. They pay out 15 cents per share every 3 months. I'm still sitting on 100 shares of it. I never got more because I'm in the green. And once it goes green for me, I just don't buy no more. If it's in the green, I ain't going to touch it. If it go in the red, I'll buy it. That's what it means. That's why I leave my portfolio. I don't look at prices. I look at total return. Total return takes the price away from me, and it only tells me what I'm making money in and what I'm in the green with and what I'm in the red with. So I don't even look at what I'm in the green with. I look at the opportunities that I'm in the red with, and I say, okay, I'm gonna see if it means I should I buy more of this, should I buy more of that, should I buy more of this, and should I buy more? That's all I do. And a lot of times I'm just recycling the dividends now because I get a decent amount of money in dividends monthly wise. I just keep cycling the dividends. Thank you, World Away From Here. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. Really do. I mean, you guys have a lot to do with that because you guys hung around, listened to me ran off, supported my channel, and I appreciate every single one of y'all. It's been a long journey. That's why I tell people to keep going. I mean, y'all watched it, some of y'all was here when I only had maybe 1,000 subscribers or, whatever. I don't know how long. And a lot of you guys were there when I didn't have a whole lot of subscribers. And it's growing. And that's why, sometimes when I get in, I'll be glad when y'all come in the chat so people can see who you are. I try to respond, but y'all know when it go crazy, I don't even see what be going on in the chat. I just stop looking because I can't be moving too fast. I'll be like, yeah, nah, I'm good. But those are the stocks today. If y'all look in the chat and how things are going. But yes, the other thing is nobody on this live, and I know it's not a whole lot on the live. Sometimes you can't really go by this because there might be people in the background you don't even see. So I don't even look at the numbers of how many people's on my live, how many people not. I learned not to even pay that no attention. I just do what I'm going to do, say what I'm going to say, and I keep focusing on that. But back to Huntington Bank. Now that at one point I was down probably 50%. Now I'm up 70, almost 78% return if I was to sell it. I'm not selling it because I keep holding on to the dividends. Every 3 months I get dividends. It pays out 15 cents a share, and I get roughly about $15 every 3 months based off of the 100 shares of that stock I own. And this is the point that I was making about being patient. If I would have bought a bunch of that too fast, it would have been harder to get that average down to where I'm at currently right now. That's why I do it the way that I do it. And I got hundreds of stocks that I've done that with, that I am in the green with, currently sitting in the green with. And I'm in the green with it a lot because I was patient and I didn't go in too fast or go in too hard. I sat back and I waited. And that's how I ended up there. So I play the same game. I don't change my pattern. I stick to the same game. And to give you an idea, I did the same thing with USAC. And I mentioned this stock before, but I just want to give you an idea what I mean by that. So I did the same thing with USAC. Now, USAC, at one point, I was bleeding money. I did the same thing. I got it down to an average cost of $10 and some change. The current price right now is sitting at $23. I am up 123%. If I was to actually sell it off today. I'm not, because I still collect dividends and they pay out pretty good. But this is the point that I was trying to make. And this is why I tell people, and I laugh when people say, oh, the way you talk, whatever. I mean, it's working for me. And I can go through my portfolio and I got hundreds of companies that I did the same pattern with, and it's working out very, very well for me. So I've had somebody tell me, no, you don't have, there's no way you're getting stocks that you're getting more than 7 to 8% return on. And I just giggled and laughed because I'm like, all right, whatever. If you say so. But, I'm not going to hold y'all more longer than that. I'm going to get up out of here. Like I always say, please make God first. Please have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Make God first. It don't matter. None of the stuff we talking about. The only what you do for God is going to last. And I don't know, y'all probably noticed that my homies ain't hanging up on the wall. Every once in a while I got to take them down and I got to clean them and put them, clean them and do stuff with them. So, pack the stuff away sometimes, depending on what I got to do. Sometimes I just pack away. So I didn't want to take the stuff out. I didn't feel like pulling it out, taking it out, setting up. I just said, no, I'm going to do my stocks. It is what it is. Just won't be there today. But with that said, y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. And Ron's opinion don't matter. It's out of here. Peace. Thank y'all. Like and subscribe.